That's right. Yeah, to distinguish that it's not tin 4 oxide. Yeah. And in chemistry labs, if anybody's in OSHA and some of these people, they do not want you to use formulas on a bottle, which I think is the most asinine thing in the world. All right. And what I always did in my lab was I put the name on the front and the formula on the back. That way the firefighters, they can look at the chemical and look up in their book what they got going, and the chemist can look at the formula. Because, not to you, but to me, I am much more at home seeing this. All right, that tells me how things are connected. These words right here are meaningless. All right, well, I mean, that's not true. But I'd much rather see a formula, right? It's like the guy in my lab, he just got in from China. Don't think he could speak a word of English. Wanted me to look for something. He kept on repeating. I could not understand. I said, write it down. So he drew out the structure of ethanol. I said, we got that. All right. And because I can look at the structure, but to understand somebody's words sometimes is hard. This is called what? Lead 2 bromide. Woohoo. Lead 2 bromide, or plumbus, O-U-S, bromide. All right. Well, how are you girls doing now? Are you still mad at me? No? Wonderful. And you're not laughing today either. And where's John? Nothing to laugh about. I will laugh on Monday. Where's John at? He's normally here. I don't know where he is. Oh, yeah? Yes, ma'am. The OUS goes with the smaller or the larger? The smaller. Yeah, the OUS goes with the smaller. Ammonium fluoride. See, we're going the other way now. We got to go both ways, right? We got to go from a name to a formula, and we've also got to go from a formula to a name. We got to be able to go back and forth with this. Iron 2 sulfide, stannic, let's see here. That's going to be the high form, right? So that's going to be a 10-4. Yes. Yes, of course it is. Cuprous oxide, the low form. We'll round out that series.
So we need to look at the page 113 in order to do this?
Yeah. Yeah, page 113 is where all of these things are. Now, by your test, you got to have it in your mind. You know. All right. Yes, ma'am.
So to put NH4 plus F- is incorrect. Like if you put the whole.
Yeah, if you put the charges in there, that's not considered correct. No. Who has got a good start at this? I think a lot of you have, because when I started sawing off SO4 and NO3, like you told me that was nitrate. You know, well, naturally I didn't go through the whole entire page, manganate and permanganate, right? But what's an oxalate? That was not as common, right? C2O4 with a 2- charge. What's an acetate? C2H3O2. Wonderful. -1 charge. Right? Vinegar. Yep. Vinegar. Do you guys hate to smell vinegar? I don't know why I hate to smell vinegar. I don't like vinegar. Do you guys like vinegar? I don't particularly like vinegar. What's that now? I'm not. My wife loves them. I'll eat them. You know, I'll eat anything. There's nothing I won't eat. But it's not something I would pick off the chip. I'm more of a wavy barbecue guy. That's just me. All right. Everybody doesn't have to eat like I do. Talk to me. Number 4, let's do it. Cuprous oxide. The question is, now how did you get that? Well, here's what I know. Copper has 2 forms. Copper has a +1, and copper can have a +2. Now, when I see an OUS ending, I know it's the low one, LOW. So get rid of that. That's out of here. Now oxygen in these binary compounds go -2. Here we go. Come in with a 2. So it's going to be Cu2O. You don't write the 1. You never write a 1. That right there would be wrong. Okay? You don't write a 1 ever. Right? It's kind of like in a math class. You write that. I mean, no normal human being's going to write that. Even though that's correct. I mean, maybe in a very, very young math class, you might write some serious silliness like this. All right, but the 1 is understood even though it's always there. Same way here. The 1's understood. It's not written.
So you said copper has 2 charges.
Mm-hmm. A possible 2 charges, a 1 and a 2. Mm-hmm. And by the way, these matter. All right, because see, if you had a copper 2 compound, which is CuO, what's the only difference in these two compounds here? Right, this one has 2 coppers, and this one has 1. And I mean, I've even gotten into kind of arguments with students saying, well, I was just off by 1 atom. Isn't that close enough? And the answer is no, that's not close enough. All right. Let's look at this analogy. Would you drink that? Water. Let me just add another oxygen to it. Would you drink that? There ain't no way. Hydrogen peroxide. All right. Now certainly you have peroxidases in your body that will get some of it, but you start drinking it, that's no good. But it's only 1 atom difference. All right. So that's why it's important that whenever we've got these names, that we zero it in. 1 atom matters. The OUS versus the IC ending matters. And people ask me, well, are you going to count off for spelling on this test? It depends. Okay? If you put an OUS ending and you should have had an IC ending, do you think I'm going to count off for that? Yeah, because see, that's the big deal. Even gotten a thing about a nitrate and a nitrite. Some person said, well, I was just off by 1 letter. It was obvious I was phonetically close. Well, no, that 1 letter is what matters. Now, if you misspell molybdenum, you're phonetically close. Because what else is close to the word molybdenum? All right? But nitrate versus nitrite is not phonetically close. Now, you'd have to be an idiot to misspell molybdenum on the test. Do you know why you would be classified as an idiot? Because you got a periodic table there that's got the word typed out for you. All right, so all you got to do is look and see how to spell molybdenum. But if you did that on the test, I wouldn't count off. All right. Now, what's that? Sure, fire away.
In
3.
I
Okay.
understand the chloride 4, why it's there.
Yep.
But the chloride has negative.
Mm-hmm. Like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There comes a 4. And there comes a 1.
But negative doesn't matter?
Right. See, take a look at this. Here's what she told me. All right. Let me draw up 10-4 here. Now, people, this is not a proper Lewis-style structure, but that is 10-4. Do you see that? Now, Bella just told me that 10 had what type of that chlorine had what type of a charge on it? -1. Okay. -1, -1, -1, -1. And what charge does 10 have on it? So if you add all those charges up, what number do you have to get? 0. You see, that's how you can play the switcheroo there. Is everything has to add up to be 0. When you're done, if, of course, there's no charge written in the top right-hand corner. All right. Let's do the nonmetals here. This is called diphosphorus pentoxide. Right? Penta, we got to drop 1 vowel because there's no I. Now, would I count off on a test for that? Absolutely not. But I feel like it's my duty. You're going to be at the University of Florida next year, and they're down there, them big boys, they might just count you off for something like that. All right.